Hey YouTube, this is LaShawn Wiley with The Science of Managing, and this is part 3 of The Science of Managing a Successful Budget. So let me stop you right now, because if you have not watched part 1 or part 2, I need you to watch those in order. And it's important that you watch them in order because part 3 will make little to no sense without part 1 and part 2 in order. Okay? But if you have already seen part 1 and part 2, let's get right into it. Okay, so in part 3, we are going to focus on some important things that you need to keep in mind with all of the information that I have already given you. And you're going to combine what I'm going to tell you right now with the information that you got out of part 1 and part 2. And this information is what's going to drive part 1 and part 2 and keep you disciplined and on course to get through those first 2 steps. Because it's very easy to blow your savings, that money that you have put aside, if you're not planning on using that money for something specific. Okay, and also this is going to help understand what to do with that extra cash flow that you were able to manage out of the steps that you took in part 2 of this series. So now that you have that cash flow kind of stepped up, this is what you need to understand. Passive income is the key to wealth. Passive income is the key to wealth. The way you get passive income is by becoming the owner of certain things. Becoming the owner of things that will produce payments to you. All right, that is what passive income is. It's money that's going to be coming to you whether you go to work or not, because this has nothing to do with your job. Money due to come in each month from a source you own is passive income. An example is your own business. And I talked to you earlier about in part 2 and in part 1 about a side hustle. Cutting grass, babysitting, cleaning houses, washing cars, shoveling snow, whatever it is, doing some handiwork, some plumbing work, working on cars, whatever it is your side hustle, guess what? That is the template of your own business. Selling plates, making pies, selling desserts. That is the template of your own business. If you're able to make some side money from it, you're able to turn it into a business. If you own a business, you have a steady stream of passive income because you are the owner. The money comes to you. The profit goes to you. You're the owner. Okay? Another way you can get passive income other than your own business is rent collected from a rental. If you have a duplex and someone lives on one side and you live on the other and they're paying you rent, that's passive income. If you own stocks and you get a dividend every quarter, that's passive income. If you made a rap CD or a singing CD and you get royalties, that's passive income. Or if you provide some type of service, notary. I'm a notary, and I can actually charge people whenever I perform notary services outside of my job. That's passive income. It's money coming from a business or something that I own. Okay? Use your cash flow that we talked about in part 2 to create passive income. That's why it's so important to boost up your cash flow so that you can start using your money to create real wealth through passive income, through ownership, through buying things. Use your cash flow to buy the lawnmower to cut the grass in your own business. I used my cash flow to buy studio equipment when I lived in Los Angeles. I bought studio equipment with every single paycheck that I got until I had enough to open up my doors of my very own recording studio. And I charged $45 an hour in my recording studio, and all of that was extra money that I got aside from my job. Passive income. Okay? Use your cash flow to create passive income. And if that means buying the tools you need, use that cash flow to buy tools you need. All right, emergency fund. You have to have an emergency fund. What is an emergency fund? If you were to lose your JOB before you got your cash flow really situated and set up, you need some emergency money to get you by. All right, so I'll make it easy for you guys and say, save up at least 3 months of your total expenses. And in part 1, we went over what your total expenses were each month. Whatever that total was, multiply it by 3. And there you have your first emergency fund. Now, this number realistically should be bigger than 3 months. You should be able to live a minimum of 6 months to maybe 9 months without worrying about money if you lost your job, because you need time to go find another job. So that's why you need your bills, and you want to keep your lifestyle up while you're looking for another job. But like I said, I want to keep it simple. I want you to start off with 3 months first. Make that your goal. That will be your emergency fund. Now, the good news is you can use a credit card or a line of credit to create your emergency fund. I'll give you an example. If your expenses are $1,500 each month, all you need is a credit card that has a credit limit of $4,500 on it. If you have a credit card or a line of credit for $4,500, you're already done with this emergency fund. If you do not have the credit to get a credit card or a line of credit to give you that sum, then you need to save money in the bank, under your mattress, in your home safe, wherever, until you come up with $4,500 cash. That will be your emergency fund. So if you ever lose your job, you're going to live off that money until you find another job. Okay? Good credit helps all of the things that we talked about in part 1, well, actually in part 2 and part 3. Good credit helps. Remember we talked about consolidation loans? If you have bad credit, you can't get a consolidation loan. We also talked about refinancing your home. You need good credit to do that. We talked about buying rentals so that you can get passive income through rent. Without good credit, you won't qualify to get that home, or that extra home to rent out, or that duplex. You won't be able to get it without the good credit. So what do I mean by good credit? Your score should be around 680 or above. And that's what real banks that are considering giving you a loan, that's the number that they're looking for. That's what they want to see. Some banks will take a little bit lower, but they're going to charge you more interest on that loan. So if you're holding a 660 or a 650, then yeah, they're going to charge you more on that for loaning you that money. But make your target a 680 above. Look at my other videos where I have examples on how to use credit cards to help build your credit. I have some videos posted on this site where you can look at those to get some ideas. If you have any questions, leave comments, and I'll also give you some more ideas on how to build your credit score up to 680 at least. Okay. If your score is below 600, then you may have trouble getting a loan even at a high interest rate. So you would want to do what you can to work on that score. Having good credit can help get the consolidation loan, the refinance of your home, or get a loan to start your first business. We talked about the side hustle, your hidden talents, the things that you're passionate about, the things you love to do. If you love photography, use a loan to buy all of your photography gear. Go to the bank, tell them you need a loan, and go ahead and use that loan to buy your lights, to buy your camera, to buy your backgrounds, to buy everything you need for that business. If cutting your grass is your thing, use the loan to buy a trailer that you can hook up to your pickup, and the weed whacker, the lawnmower, maybe a big lawnmower that's going to cost a little bit more money, and whatever else you would need, a leaf blower, whatever. You understand my point though. Good credit will help you get a long way. So use it if you have it, build it if you don't. Crawl first, walk second, then run. Not in any order other than what I just said. Because a lot of people out there live beyond their means. They want to run before they even know how to crawl. They want to drive a Benz before they have an emergency fund. Doesn't make any sense to do that. Don't live beyond your means. Do the steps I reviewed in part 1 first. Understand where your finances are. Do the steps in part 2 to build up your cash flow. Then come in over here to part 3, do what you must to turn that cash flow into passive income through ownership. Crawl first, walk second, run last. If you're patient, you will have the money to run. You'll have the money to buy that big fancy house. You'll have the money to buy that Mercedes-Benz or whatever car you want. To buy that expensive bag, that handbag that you want. You'll have the the money to get those limited edition sneakers that you want. You have to do it in order, though, for it all to make sense and for it to hold its form over time. This will take some time, you guys, so be patient. Go over the steps. You can do it. Listen and pay attention to all of the things that I've already went over. And like I said, if you have any questions, please leave comments. I will answer your questions and I'll help you succeed at this and I'll help you through this. But this is something that you can do. Just follow the steps. I followed these steps myself. There was a time where I was living check to check. There was a time where I didn't have any emergency fund set up at all. There was a time where I had zero passive income. And following the steps that I just gave you is what I did to rectify all of that. There's nothing different between you and myself. If I can do it, you can do it. Be disciplined. Remember what you're doing this for. Okay? And don't blow your money on a impulse buy and put yourself behind. Focus on what you're doing and why you're doing it so that you can stay on course and don't let anything throw you off course. Don't let any relatives throw you off course. Don't loan money out to people. That would throw you off course. You need to set yourself up first. After you set yourself up, then you can loan the money out and you can help other people. You can help family members. You can do whatever it is you want. But you got to do the first stuff first. All right? Please subscribe, you guys. Please share. Please like and please comment on any videos that you want me to present to you guys. Or if you have any comments over this 3 series that I just reviewed, go ahead and leave those comments. I'll answer any questions that you have or comments that you may want to see me change on any of my videos. I'm open to that as well. So go ahead and leave those comments as well. But please subscribe. I need as many subscribers as I can to share this knowledge and spread this information out there. So please share with friends and let them know I need them to subscribe as well. You guys be good out there. Please succeed in life. No excuses. Don't let anything stop you guys, all right? Be good.